in my stuff, in my case, I had nothing like a pad left. It is a fact, I'm telling you the fact. So,
why do girls miss school on their period? In 2019, a study on the status of menstrual health management by the Ministry of Education unveiled dreadful statistics showing about 23% of Ugandan girls between 12 to 18 drop out of school when they begin menstruation. A team of maths students from the Faculty of Interdisciplinary Studies, that is Ahebwa Ikra, Joan Peace Masaba, Doreen Atkunzire, and Insimenta Bridget, in their study regarding health promotion in schools, they found out that there is increased absenteeism of girls due to physical discomfort during menstruation and the lack of basic facilities such as sanitary towels, water, bathroom, and toilet facilities for menstrual hygiene management. There is need to support these girls living in slum areas, in families below the poverty line, whereby they do not have any coin to purchase a sanitary towel at any cost. In some rural areas of Uganda, menstruation is surrounded by many myths and beliefs, misconceptions, and attitudes. This prevents girls from going to school on their menstruation, thinking that menstrual blood is dirty, shameful, and a curse, which calls for isolation from the male gender. These myths are supported by cultural perceptions and restrictive practices associated with menstruation, and these serves to isolate and stigmatize girls and women in our societies. Mbarara University of Science and Technology, in partnership with Ayeti TV, empowering you, join the globe in the International Women's Day celebrations on Tuesday, 8th March 2022, breaking the bias on menstruation. They carried out community visits and school visits, doing health education and breaking the bias on menstruation, as well as performing a tremendous outreach to save a girl child from infections. This was done in different institutions, which include St. Anne's Vocational School, Mbarara, Madarasat Answal Islamiyah Primary School, Katete, Mbarara, Imperial Secondary School in Uganda, Ankore Secondary School in Uganda, Lugazi Village, found in Kakoba Division, Mbarara City, and Mbarara Main Prison. Learning about menstruation empowers girls to take care of themselves in a better and more informed manner. The campaign Buy Her a Pad and Save Her from Infections, #Break the Bias on Menstruation, that was run by Mbarara University of Science and Technology in partnership with Ayeti TV, has left many girls grateful to the golden opportunity to attend classes on their menstruation.
So for today, I must thank my God for real. This visitors. Anyway, thank you very much for coming. You're always welcome. Indeed, I just feel like I wish you can come back tomorrow again.
It has supported 176 school-going girls, 16 girls from Lugazi village who do not go to school, and 48 women in prison in Mbarara Main Prison. Why do we celebrate Women's Day? International Women's Day is celebrated to commemorate the cultural, political, and socio-economic achievements of women. This year's global theme for the Women's Day was gender equality today for a sustainable tomorrow, #Break the Bias. It is in this regard that MUST celebrated Women's Day, creating awareness on menstruation, breaking the stigma and silence on menstruation in communities around Mbarara City and far beyond Mbarara to Uganda district, targeting the vulnerable girl child affected by challenges of menstruation in order to promote inclusiveness and give her a chance to attain her rights, education, and a brighter future. Our journey starts from Mbarara City, visiting St. Anne's Vocational School located in Katete, a suburb of Mbarara City 3.5 kilometers from the city center. After enlightening students about menstruation, they embraced the knowledge.
Because if at all we don't break these things, we shall forever not be equal. Who believes that they can make it in life as women? Who believes in that? After excelling in my high school, but I sat back, started crying without even hope of going to school.
and finally shared the stories that were very emotional and sad.
I have both parents, but they are older, so at times you may find they don't have enough money to buy all they need. So sometimes they tell me, "Don't go to even like
So in case I wake up for winter, I'm going to shower, remove what I had for the night, then I'm going to use only one for the whole day.
One would ask, so what do they use to catch the menstruation? And this is what they had to say.
Sometimes when I'm coming home, I look for a small piece, then I come and sit. Then, yes.
I use some clothes, some clothes, just like that.
So you stay in those sleeping?
No, I wear like 2 skirts.
Educating the grown-ups without going back to the roots would perhaps not make an impact as we intend. We then visited Madarasat as well Islamiyah Primary School, just a few meters from St. Anne's Vocational School, where we sensitized and educated the young generation.
Kanika kabela katya kayonjo akanika kachafu kalete ndwadde mulidde.
Our journey continued to the slums in Lugazi, another suburb of Mbarara city, and here the chairperson LC1 had mobilized a group of girls who are very vulnerable and cannot afford buying a pad at any cost. This is so absurd but very true. And finally, we went to Mbarara main prison. Later, we crossed borders heading north of Mbarara to Uganda district. In Uganda municipality, we visited Imperial Secondary School. What an amazing experience with the girls and boys, training them about how to break the bars, promote inclusiveness, and shape them for a sustainable tomorrow.
You can be like, in a month you do twice, then in a month I do once. It depends on your hormones. Our hormones are the same, but they react differently. I think that's how I can explain it.
They shared their insights on menstruation and how they manage their menstruation.
Vulnerable girl who is that who can access a pad. Me here, because I had it. Because I know there is that.
And the head teacher of Imperial Secondary School finally gave his remarks appreciating Mbarara University of Science and Technology for the great work to their girls who had been experiencing hardships in menstruation.
Our visitors today, dear girls, we had the representatives of boys. I know they benefited a lot. So we thank you so much for choosing Imperial first of all, because wherever you go to the idea of coming to us, it is God's making. We thank you very much. And for today, being International Women's Day, we have had a very special chance of sharing this. The fact of masks is important to me, because first of all, the team comes from MAST. And as the head of this school, where I have A-level students doing science, I am happy to receive you from MAST, because I know when I talk about universities to join, the topmost universities I always cherish, Makerere and Mass. So when I tell them the university's joy, now they know Mass. And they have received visitors from Mass, and they have enjoyed your stay with them, and they have benefited from the lessons given them, especially this issue of breaking the bias. So thank you very much. I don't know if you had time, you would stay with us for more time, but if you must go, join your masses. Thank you very much. God bless you.
From Imperial School, we then proceeded to Ankola Secondary School, where we shared different ideas on menstrual hygiene management as well. We listened to very many students, very many girls share their stories of how they've been managing menstruation and which were not good to hear at all.
Councilman Rogers, I'm the Administrative Director of Ankola SSC Banda, and I really appreciate this community visit from Mbarara University of Science and Technology in partnership with EIT TV. We really appreciate this visit, for you have educated our learners really on the issue of menstruation. Some of them just saw it happening to them. They didn't know how it came and how it would be handled. So this time I feel they know that it is something normal that can happen to any female, and there is no need to worry about it. It is one way of showing that they have matured. Being students from humble backgrounds, at times they would fail to receive these badges from their parents. Even their parents would not be taking it important to provide a piece of pad to their children. Now that you, as Mbarara University students, in partnership with EIT TV, that have provided these to the students, I think you give us a relief. Our students are now going to attend classes normally. At times they would miss class. At times they would miss class, where for the day scholars, if they receive menstrual periods quite at home, she might just decide to remain at home, because after all, it would not be healthy for her to just come well not prepared to come to class in those moods. So I hereby just conclude by saying, please come again next time. Yeah. Thank you very much.
With gratitude, we appreciate the administration, Mbarara University of Science and Technology, the management, EIT TV, Empowering You, the Students Guild, the Master Fraternity, Faculty of Interdisciplinary Studies, and Holy Spirit Fire Church, and everyone who contributed towards the campaign. We are grateful. Succeed, we must.